And let's get started. And once you find a comfortable seat, try to sit up nice and tall. You can even prop up on a block, the lowest height or the second lowest height. Let your eyes close. And just lay your palms somewhere on your thighs or knees that feels intuitive, and either palms down or palms up. And just notice the difference in energy between having your palms down and your palms up. And just choose which one feels right for this moment, for this practice. Beginning to come into the breath here. Smooth, even breaths in and out through the nose. Growing a little bit taller up and down the spine as you inhale. Keeping that length as you exhale and allowing your sitting bones to ground into the block or the floor. Noticing that length, two directions, up and down. Start to breathe up and down that center line, that spine. See if you can let the inhale and exhale become the same length. And with the breath going toward the direction of balance. Take 2 more breaths here, seated. Dropping into the body, into the breath, into this physical space that you're in right now. Let your eyes open. Reach your arms out and up. Inhale, palms connect overhead. Now as you exhale, interlace your hands behind your head. Let your elbows go out wide. And as you breathe in, lean your skull back into your hands. Maybe even look up towards the sky. You might find a little back bend here. As you exhale, bring your elbows towards one another. Round the upper spine, chin to chest. Seated cat-cow like this. Breathing in to open the elbows, open the chest. And exhale, elbows towards each other, round the spine, chin to chest. Twice like that. Breathe in, open up, elbows widen. And exhale, round the spine, elbows towards each other. Last one. Breathe in, open up. Exhale, round the spine, elbows towards each other. Hold here, take one more breath. Give the back of the neck a good stretch. And then come back up. Cactus your elbows, reach behind your back, interlace the fingers. Take a breath in, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And exhale, start to tip forward, reach your arms forward, finding a tabletop position, hands and knees. Coming onto all fours, spreading the fingers wide. And you'll start to extend your right leg back, tucking the toes at the very back of the mat, and you'll just shift your weight forward and back, stretching out the calves. Noticing where it might feel a little sticky, maybe pausing there for an extra breath. And then take your right leg, float it up towards the sky. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend the knee and open up the hip. Good. Now inhale, tap the right knee towards the right tricep. And as you exhale, kick your right leg back, cross it behind the left knee, and tuck the toes out to the left. And then look over your left shoulder. So the right side of the body is super long. Take a breath in. And exhale, look forward, tap the right knee to the right tricep. It's like this kind of fire hydrant pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the right leg behind the left knee, tuck the toes, look over the left shoulder. Twice like that. Inhale, knee to tricep, look forward. And exhale, cross the right leg behind, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, right knee, right tricep, look forward. Exhale, kick it back, cross behind, look back. And then float your right leg back in line with the hips. Turn your left shin out to the left and take the right arm up. So you're in this supported side plank. Hold the pose, or you can bend the right knee and reach back, catch the right foot. If you do that, kick the foot into the hand, find a little more of a back bend, pelvis moving the opposite direction of that right foot. One more breath. Re-extend your arm and leg. Put your right hand down, step to a plank pose, step, step. Both feet to the back of the mat, get really long, heart forward, heels back, breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale, hips back. Just check out your spacing. Feel free to move a little bit. Maybe you bend one knee, then the other. Wag the hips, shake the head. This class is going to be focused largely on the hips. An idea of moving fluidly like water. Eventually finding stillness here in this downward facing dog. As you next breathe in, lift up onto the balls of your feet and roll to a high plank pose, one vertebrae at a time, and then pause, get really long. Take another breath in. Now as you exhale, hover your knees over the mat, downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. Twice like that. Roll to plank pose, inhale. Hover the knees, downward facing dog, exhale, moving like a wave. One more time, breathe in, plank pose. Hover your knees, exhale, downward facing dog. Good, plank pose, breath in. Drop your knees, tabletop, exhale. Let's take one or two cat-cows in between sides, moving with your own breath. Maybe a hip circle, any organic movement that feels right in this moment. And then finding that neutral spine, tabletop. And take the left leg back, tuck the toes at the back of the mat, shift your weight forward and back. And eventually float the left leg up behind you. Bend your knee and open up your hip. And then widen through the collarbones. Take a breath in, tap your left knee to your left tricep. And as you exhale, kick it back, cross the left leg behind the right knee, tuck the toes, look over your right shoulder. So the left side of the body gets super long, hug the right hip back. Good, look forward, left knee, left tricep. Exhale, kick it back, look over your right shoulder. Twice like that. Inhale, knee to tricep, look forward. Exhale, cross behind, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, knee to tricep. Exhale, cross behind. And then knee to tricep. And you'll kick that left leg straight back. Turn your right shin to the right, supported side plank. Take the left arm high. Now you either can keep this left leg floating or bend the knee and reach back to catch the foot. And you kick the foot into the hand, find that tension. As you kick the foot back, press your pelvis the opposite way, press it forward. One more breath right here. Re-extend the arm and leg. Put your hands down, step to plank pose, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take the right leg high as you breathe in. Bend your knee, open your hip. And take a big hip circle, one direction. And then the other direction. Straighten the legs, square the hips, breathe in. Knee to nose, step through, and drop your back knee down. for low lunge. Untuck the toes and reach the arms up towards the sky. Let your hips move forward of that back knee. And then lift the frontal hip bones up so that you can lift your chest and maybe your gaze. Breathe in, palms connect. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the head. Let your elbows go wide, take a breath in. Exhale, elbows hug in towards each other, chin to chest. Twice like that, inhale, open. Exhale, elbows in. One more time, breathe in, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows in, pause here. Lift the head up, flip the palms up towards the sky, straighten the arms, breathe in. Exhale, cactus the elbows, plant the hands to frame the front foot. And tuck the back toes and lift the back knee, breathe in. And we'll twist to the right. Left hand down, right arm high. Bring the shoulders out of the ears, get long, right hip hugs into the midline, breath in. Twist a little bit more as you exhale, sharpening up that back leg. As you next breathe in, reach the right arm forward, walk your hands down the mat to the left, so you're in a wide fold. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. You can inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold, keep that length. Hands can come in line with the feet. Let your head and neck relax. And start to bend into that left knee. Turn your left toes out to the left and come into a high skandasana, or if you're ready for it, you could go low, flip up the front toes, hands to the heart or the floor. Take a breath in, look to the front of your mat. And then exhale, walk your hands to lizard lunge. So the hands are going to be inside that front foot. And then hands might even come to blocks. Let your hips dip, chest lifts, breathe in. And leading with the hips, wide pyramid, shift your hips back and the front leg might straighten a little bit or a lot. Pulse that twice. Inhale, lizard lunge, bend the front knee. Exhale, wide pyramid, hips peel back. One more time, inhale, lizard pose, bend the front knee. Exhale, wide pyramid. Hold the pose, right hip hugs in, heart is open, breath in. Exhale, fold, a little bit deeper. Bend the front knee, inhale. Malasana, step the left foot outside the left hand and let the hips drop. Hands to heart center. Option as well, a block can go underneath the sitting bones. Try to find an upright torso. Breath in. Forward fold on the exhale. Heel toe the feet to touch or hips width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the leg. Step your left foot long and back. Drop the left knee, low lunge. Just one inhale, arms reach up. Right to downward facing dog as you exhale. Hands down, step it back. Roll to plank pose, breath in. Now come to the belly as you exhale. 3, 2, 1. All the way down, untuck the toes and come to cobra. Push the tops of the feet down. Roll the shoulders onto the back. And feel that heart moving forward as you drag the hands back. Take a breath in, get even longer. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, thighs, and push to a plank pose. Breath in. Downward dog, use the belly to lift the hips up and back. Exhale. Full breath in. Clearing breath out. And take the left leg up and back. Bend the knee and open the hip. Keep the shoulders level as you open the hip. And then maybe a hip circle, one direction, then the other. Square the hips and straighten through the left leg. Breathe in. Knee to nose. Step between the hands. Low lunge. Drop the right knee down, untuck the toes, and sweep the arms up towards the sky. Let the hips move forward of that back knee. Push down into the top of the right foot and lift your frontal hip bones. Imagine you could drag your left foot back. Palms connect. Inhale. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the head. Let your elbows go wide. Breathe and lean the skull back. And exhale, elbows in towards each other, round the spine. Twice like that. Inhale, open the elbows, open the chest. Exhale, elbows towards each other. One more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hug the elbows in. Upright your torso, flip your palms towards the sky, straighten the arms, breathe in. Cactus your elbows, exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, get long through the spine, and as you exhale, twist, left arm high. Lift the right thigh bone up as you drop the left sitting bone down. Breathe in. Twist a little bit more as you exhale. And swim the top arm forward. Breathe in. Crawl your hands down to the right side of the mat. Parallel the feet, wide fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Maybe you walk your hands in line with your feet. Elbows bent. Take a breath. Weight is in the fronts of the feet. Bend into your right knee. Stay up high or turn the toes out for Skandasana. Maybe you go a little bit lower. Option to bring the hands to heart center. Hug the heels towards each other. Look towards the top of the mat. Take a breath in. Crawl the lizard lunge at the top of the mat. Hands inside the front foot. Flip up the back heel, dip the hips, lift the heart. Inhale. Back the hips up for wide pyramid. Exhale. All right, trying to lead with the hips here. Inhale, bend the front knee, lizard lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid, back your hips up. One more pulse. Inhale, lizard. Exhale, wide pyramid. Hold here, hug that left hip back. Take a breath in, get wide through the collarbones. And as you exhale, just melt into the pose. Feel it, be with it. Bend back into the front knee, inhale. Step to Malasana, right foot steps outside the right hand. Maybe a block goes under the sitting bones. Take a breath in, maybe a little movement, sway. Lift the chest up. Take another inhale. Hands down, hips high, fold. Exhale, heel, toe the feet towards each other. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Step the right foot long and back. Drop the right knee, low lunge. Just one inhale, rise up. Right to downward facing dog. Exhale, step it back. Plank pose. Inhale, roll forward. On exhale, lower to the belly. Elbows straight back. 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes. Low cobra. Lift the chest, shoulders, ribs. Imagine you're trying to drag the mat back with those hands. One more inhale. Release. Slower. Exhale. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, thighs, press to plank. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. 3 breaths right here in down dog. Lengthen the inner heels back. Imagine you're trying to wrinkle the mat between your feet. Feel the outer hips light up as you do that. One more breath. All right. Take the right leg up and back. Inhale. Now this time as you exhale, draw your right knee towards your right elbow and your right ankle towards your left elbow. So think of half pigeons, like you're serving your shin forward. And find a figure 4 down dog. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Put a little bend into your left knee and press your right knee towards the back of the mat. Take a breath in, look between the hands. Exhale, step forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, inhale. Twist, right arm to the sky, exhale. Good, moving a little quicker, right arm reaches forward, inhale. Walk your hands to the left, right to Skandasana this time, bend the left knee. Flip up the front foot. Breathe and look forward. Lizard pose at the top of the mat, hands inside the front foot. Take a breath in, dip the hips. One pulse, wide pyramid, exhale. Bend the front knee, inhale. Malasana, step forward, exhale. One breath in, Malasana. Forward fold, breathe out, feet towards each other. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Roll yourself up to stand as you inhale. Reach the arms up towards the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart center, exhale, Tadasana, arms at your side. Reach back up, inhale, push the feet down. And forward fold. Here's that Uttanasana. Exhale. Left foot steps long and back. Inhale, look forward. Downward facing dog. Step back. Exhale. Plank pose. Breath in. Roll forward. Now this time chaturanga, lower halfway. Elbows bend straight back. Legs stay strong. And finding upward facing dog. Flip onto the tops of the feet. Kneecaps lift. Exhale, downward dog. Use the belly to lift your hips up and back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Second side, left leg high. Breath in. Now exhale, left knee, left elbow, left ankle, right elbow. Think half pigeon. And find figure four, down dog. Hook your left ankle over your right thigh. Bend your right knee and press your left knee away from your face. So towards the back of the mat. Breathe in, look forward. Step between your hands. Low lunge, drop the back knee. Reach up, inhale. Hands to the mat, lift the back knee, exhale. Get long, breath in. And twist, left arm high, exhale. Reach that top arm forward, breathe in. Walk your hands to the right, Skandasana. Bend the right knee. Take a breath in, look towards the top of the mat. Lizard lunge, hands inside that front foot. Take a breath in, dip the hips. Wide pyramid, exhale, peel the hips back. Bend into the front knee, breathe in. Malasana, step forward, breathe out. Hands to prayer. Take an inhale. Fold forward, exhale, feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Soft knees, roll up to stand, reach up, inhale. Hands to heart center, stand tall as you exhale. Arms at your sides. Feet press down, reach up, inhale. Forward fold over the legs, exhale. Right foot steps long and back. Inhale, look forward. Downward facing dog, step it back. Hips to the sky. Plank pose, breath in. Chaturanga, breath out, lower halfway. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Hop, step, or float to the top of the mat. Push the floor away as you hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Now bend your knees as much as you need to keep your ribs connected to your thighs right here. And start to bend the knees a lot like you're sitting in a chair. Keep this connection, belly to thighs. Take an inhale, lengthen. Sit a little bit lower. And then start to come up for chair pose. Use your arms to lift your upper body up, but keep sitting as low as you can. Try to imagine you're trying to rip the mat apart with your heels. Feel those outer hips turn on. One more breath in. Stand all the way up. Hands to prayer, arms at your side. Take a breath, Tadasana. Good. Sit right back into chair pose. Breath in, arms reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga on exhale, hop or step it back. Breathing in for upward facing dog. Breathing out for downward facing dog. 5 breaths. All right, let's build a flow here. Take your right leg up behind you, breath in. Step between your hands as you exhale and come into a high crescent lunge. So you're on the ball of the back foot. Reach both arms up to the sky. And really find your center here. Think right hip back, left hip forward, frontal hip bones lift. Breathe in, palms connect over the head. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your skull. Good. Now, lean your skull back as you breathe in. Exhale, bend that left knee, hover it over the mat, and bring your elbows towards each other. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, straighten the back leg, elbows open up. Exhale, bend the knee, elbows in towards each other. 1 more time. Breathe in, open the elbows, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bend the back knee, elbows hug in. Good. Lift yourself up, straighten through both of your legs, flip your palms up, and then swivel to the left. So you'll parallel the feet, all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, press up through the palms. Warrior 2 to the front of the room. Exhale. Bend to that front knee. Now, firm your left hip in towards the front of the room as you hug the right hip back towards the back of the room. 3 breaths right here. Feet pressed down, sides of the waist lift. Flip your front palm to the sky, tip it back, reverse your warrior. Big breath in through the side waist. Exhale, chaturanga, windmill it down, step it back. Up facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath out, hips high. Second side, left leg high, inhale. Step forward, crescent lunge. You're on the ball of the back foot, reaching both arms up to the sky. Left hip back, right hip forward, frontal hip bones lift, and you're kicking back through that inner right heel. Breathe in, palms touch. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the skull. Breathe in, elbows wide. Breathe out, bend the right knee, elbows hug in towards each other. 2 more times. Inhale, kick back, elbows wide. Exhale, bend the back knee, elbows in. Inhale, elbows wide. Flip the palms up to the sky, straighten both legs. Pivot to the right. Inhale, reach up. Warrior 2 to the front. Exhale. Drop your left thigh bone down. Lift the sides of the waist up. Stand firmly into that back foot. Firming that back hip in. 3 breaths. Both feet pressing down. Flip the left palm to the sky, tip it back, reverse it, breath in. Chaturanga, windmill it down, step it back, exhale. You can always skip chaturanga. Up dog is your breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Full breath in. At the bottom of your exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold as you exhale. Keep the belly on the thighs, bend the knees, sit back, look forward, chair pose, inhale. Stand tall, hands to heart, exhale. Drop the arms, whew. Back to chair pose, inhale. I think this is the last chair of class. Now as you fold, maybe a crow pose. And walk your feet back a little bit. Bring your knees onto your triceps or a little bit outside of the triceps. And then you can just look forward with your eyes and then go forward. Lift your belly, Push your knees into your arms as you start to lift your feet. Maybe it's just one foot today, right? Maybe you start to straighten the arms, hugging the elbows in. And keep looking forward, step or hop, chaturanga. Up facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. All right, let's build. Right leg high, inhale. Step between your hands, come right into high lunge. Reach up, breath in. Interlace the hands behind the head. Don't worry, only one pulse this time. Breathe in, elbows wide. Breathe out, bend the back knee, elbows in. Straighten both legs, flip the palms up to the sky, parallel the feet, inhale. Warrior two to the back, turn your left toes out, exhale. Facing the back of the room. And come right up through center, flying warrior, arms reach up, parallel the feet. Two to the front, exhale. Back to warrior two, to the front of the room. Flip the right palm, reverse your warrior, and straighten through your right leg. Coming into triangle pose, you might shorten the stance a little bit. Now notice if you immediately want to pop your left hip back, keep this left hip firming in, and then start to reach forward through the right side of your waist. Right hand to right shin or block, and then lengthen back through the inner right thigh. Turn the chest open towards the sky, little baby bend in this front knee. Shoulders out of ears. Now swing the top arm forward, breathe in. Walk your hands down to the left, Skandasana. Bend the left knee, we're back here. Take a breath in, look to the top of the mat. Runner's lunge. Crawl your hands forward, frame the front foot, breathe in. Three-legged dog, sweep the right leg up and back. Now as you exhale, right knee, right elbow, finding that sort of half pigeon, the shin comes forward. Figure four, down dog. Hook your right ankle over your left thigh. Keep this shape and spin your left heel to the right. And then stack your shoulders over your wrists. Take the left arm up to the sky and kick your right leg out to the left for a fallen triangle pose. If this is too much, put your right shin down for a supported side plank. Widen through the chest. Take the top arm, reach it up and over your ear. Put both hands on the mat. And then sweep that right leg up and back. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Shoulders over wrists, flip the dog. Step the right foot behind you. Right arm reaches up and over the ear. Nice little back bend moment. Take a breath in, look to the top of the mat. And then put the right hand down, step the right foot forward, half moon. Set it up. So you have a block about a foot in front of the right toes. You might start with the left hand on the left hip. Flex the left foot like crazy. And then maybe the left arm reaches up. You might stay here. Or you could bend the left knee, reach back, catch the left foot or ankle. Kick the foot into the hand as you press the pelvis towards whatever wall your chest is facing. 2 more breaths. Good. Re-extend the arm and leg. Step long and back to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach it up and back. Inhale. High to low push up or right to down dog. Exhale. Up facing dog, breath in. And downward facing dog. Breath out, hips back. Second side. Take the left leg high, breath in. Step between the hands, high lunge, rise up, inhale, palms touch. Interlace the hands behind the head. Elbows wide, kick back through the inner right heel. Exhale, bend the right knee, elbows hug in. Straighten both legs, flip the palms up, straighten the arms. Pivot to the right, inhale. Warrior two to the back, exhale. Flying warrior, inhale, reach up through center. Warrior two to the front. Exhale. Flip the front palm, tip it back, reverse it. Straighten through the legs, triangle pose. Maybe you shorten your stance. Keep the right hip firming in as you reach the left arm forward and down. Maybe hand to shin or block. Lean your shoulder blades back and your skull back. Stand firmly into both feet. Little baby bend in this front knee. Take the top arm, reach it over your ear. Breathe in. Look down, walk your hands to the right. Skandasana, bend the right knee. Hands might come to heart center. Inhale, look forward. Runner's lunge. Frame the front foot with your hands. And then sweep the left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Bring the left shin forward. Exhale. Figure four down dog. Hook the left ankle over the right thigh. Good. Now start to spin your right heel to the left. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and take your right arm up. And you might kick right into that fallen triangle, or you're taking a supported side plank. Either one, widen through the chest. And then reach the top arm forward, both hands to the mat. Three-legged dog. Sweep your left leg high. Bend the knee and open the hip. Flip your dog, shoulders over wrists. Step the left foot behind you. And then that left arm reaches forward. Good, nice, slow and controlled. Stepping to half moon. Left foot steps forward. Find your block, set up your base. And make sure you got about a foot between your left toes and your block. Take your time finding the pose. Right, head forward, right heel back. Stay here or bend the right knee. And see if you can catch the foot. If it makes you come out of the pose, no need. 2 breaths. Slowly re-extend arm and leg. Whew. And then step all the way back. Warrior two. Find your footing. Reverse your warrior inhale. High to low push up or right to down dog as you exhale. Up facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. All right, one more round. Take a full breath in right here. Actually, drop your knees for a moment. If you need a sip of water, anything like that, go ahead and do that. And just make sure your blocks are actually near the back of your mat, so they're ready to go for something we're gonna do shortly. And take about 5 breaths. You can stay seated, you can take child's pose. We got one more round of flow. Maybe an open mouth exhale here and there, release some heat. All right, come to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're in a forward fold at the very back of the mat. You can bend the knees as much as you'd like here. You can slide your hands under the feet. Tripada Hastasana. Wiggle the toes on the heels of the hands. Your head and neck relax. And then slide your hands out from under your feet. Bring your left hand to your left hip. And then either take your right hand to your right shin or hook your big toe with your peace fingers. And you can either come up, whoops, with your right leg forward and straight, or bend the knee. You can even use a strap here if you'd like. And find that nice strong standing leg and take your left arm up to the sky. Drop the right hip so it's in line with the left hip. Both sides of the waist are even. Take a breath in. Utthita B. Take your right leg out to the right, left arm out to the left. Maybe your gaze goes over that left shoulder. Come up through center. Reach both arms up to the sky. Kick the right leg straight if it's bent. Take a breath in. Now take a big step forward with your right foot. Come into warrior three. Pendulum your left leg back. Reach your arms forward. Try to have your shoulders in line with your hips. Now hands can eventually come to heart center, or you can interlace your hands behind your back. And slowly finding that toppling tree, standing split. Go slow. Hands to the mat. You have options. You can bend the left knee and open the hip. Maybe reach back for the foot with that right hand. Take a little quad stretch. Or you could even take one or two hands to the standing ankle. Or maybe you take 3 handstand hops. And wherever you're at today is fine. If you're having fun at handstands, spend as much time there as you want. We'll eventually meet in a cross-legged fold. So you'll cross your left ankle behind your right ankle and walk your hands to the right. Press your hips to the left. Bend your knees as much as you need to. 3 breaths. Come back to center. Step your left foot back so you're in runner's lunge. And then down dog split. Right leg up and back. Breath in. Right shin forward. Breath out. Figure 4 down dog. Bend the left knee. Now start to walk your hands back towards the left foot. So you're in figure 4. Hands can come onto blocks. And you can hang here in this kind of nice juicy hip stretch. Supported figure 4 chair. Option B, bring your hands to heart center, funky chair. Or option C, Galavasana arm balance. So sometimes it's nice to do this on blocks. So you could try it on blocks first. You'll want to curl your right toes around your left tricep first. Really find that grip. And then start to go forward with your chest until your elbows are over your wrists. And then press your shin into your triceps. Maybe you start to go forward enough that the left heel lifts towards the glute, and you kick that left leg up and back. Yeah, play with it eventually. Just cross the right ankle in front of the left ankle and fold. Move your blocks aside, uncross your feet, and take your right hand to your right hip. Hook your left big toe with your peace fingers or grab your knee and come all the way up into Utthita A. Right arm high, maybe you're here, maybe you're here, both are great. Steady gaze, steady focus. Take a breath in. Utthita B, bring your left leg out to the left. Right arm out to the right, maybe look over the right shoulder. Come back through center, right arm high. Reach both arms up. Kick your left leg straight if it's bent, take a breath in. Big step forward with that left foot. Warrior 3, standing on the left foot. Kick back through the inner right heel, reach forward through your fingertips, biceps alongside the ears. Now either hands to heart center, or reach back and interlace the fingers. And as slow and controlled as possible, coming into standing split, use your belly, use your core. Eventually hands come down. Option to bend the right knee and catch the right foot, or a little quad stretch. Regular standing split. Or handstand hops. And you play with handstand for longer if you want to. We'll meet in a cross-legged fold. Right ankle behind left ankle. Walk the hands to the left. Hips press to the right. 3 breaths. Back to center. Step into a runner's lunge, right foot back. Down dog split. Sweep the left leg high, inhale. Left shin forward, exhale. Figure 4, down dog. And then bend the right knee and start to walk your hands back towards that right foot. Hands can come to blocks any height. And you can spend a moment in a supported figure 4 chair. Or lift yourself up, hands to your heart. Funky chair. Or Galavasana, arm balance on the other side. Walk the blocks forward so that the arms are slanted. And then curl the left toes around the right tricep. Start to go forward with your chest until the elbows stack over the wrists. Maybe you lift your right heel to your right glute. Go forward with the chest as you think about extending the right leg back. Play around with it. And we'll meet in that cross-legged fold at the back of the mat. All right, move the blocks aside. Uncross your feet, crawl forward into a plank pose. Take a breath in. Chaturanga, one more time. Breath out. Up facing dog, breath in. Downward dog. Breath out, hips high. Drop the knees, child's pose. Sink the hips back. You rock the forehead side to side. Smooth out the breath. And as you become still here, notice the movement within your body. All right, come into downward facing dog. Bring your right shin forward for an actual half pigeon. So we can finally take half pigeon after all those kind of teases. And if half pigeon isn't working today, you can come onto the back for figure 4 or double pigeon works as well. You could try a block under the right hip for a little bit of stability. Take an inhale to lift your chest up. And as you're ready, fold over the shin. Maybe a block under the forehead. I'm thinking right hip hugging back, left hip hugging forward. Let's take about 8 breaths here. Last few on this side. And slowly lift your torso up and come out of the pose. In a 3-legged dog, sweep the right leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe even one more flip dog. Kind of fun after a forward fold, totally optional. Eventually coming back to down dog. Taking the left leg up and back. Bring the left shin forward for half pigeon on the other side. Slide the right knee back. Notice the level of your hips. Maybe a block under the left hip. Take an inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold over the front shin. allowing gravity to do the work of opening up the hips as you stay present in the breath. Noticing where you might be able to soften, maybe let go of anything you might be gripping to physically or mentally or emotionally. And acknowledging what's coming up for you, but allowing it to continue to move through you. And you're not attaching to the thoughts that don't align with us in this moment. And the last few breaths on this side. And slowly making your way up once you feel even. And taking what you need to shake it out. Yeah, three-legged dog. Maybe flip the dog one more time. We're just going to meet on our backs from here. Setting up a couple back bends. If you want a restorative back bend, you can take a block or 2 blocks under your low back. That flat piece of bone right above your tailbone, known as your sacrum. Or you can take an active bridge, snuggling the shoulders underneath you, lifting the hips up, and interlacing the fingers or gripping the edges of the mat, pushing the feet down to lift the hips up. Inner thighs wrapping down. Now if you're craving 2 wheel poses, you could turn this one into wheel. I'm going to teach wheel next, so up to you what you need today. We're just going to do 2 back bends for this class. If you want to stay in that supported bridge, stay by all means. Otherwise, slowly come down. Just take a breath or 2 in between back bends. And either one more of what you just did or wheel. Bring the hands next to the ears, elbows over the wrists. Just hug the elbows in a little bit as you start to lift the hips, and then lift onto the crown of the head. Hug the elbows in again, and then lift all the way up into wheel. Try to be in whichever back bend you're in for about 5 breaths. As you're ready, slowly lower onto the upper back, middle back, low back. Step your feet mats width apart, let your knees knock in, rest your arms along your sides. Just start to swish your knees side to side like windshield wipers. Allow the knees to drop to the right and keep them staggered if possible. And you can hook the right ankle over the left thigh. Take the arms up and overhead or out wide, maybe reaching for opposite elbows. And if this isn't comfortable, you can always stack your knees instead for a little supine twist moment. And step the feet onto the mat. Shift your knees side to side, eventually letting them fall to the left. Hooking the left ankle over the right thigh, or stacking the knees. And finding your way back to center. You switch the knees side to side one more time. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And let's set up one final forward fold. So you could do it on your back. You could take a simple inversion like plow, or you could rock up to a seat. Extend your legs forward, keeping a little bend in the knees. And I like to have a block under each knee here so I can keep contact between my ribs and my thighs. So you could try that, and then if you don't like it, you can always take the blocks out. And take the arms up. Take a breath in and then fold as you exhale. Keeping the contact of your ribs on your thighs, and then maybe you decide to either lower the blocks a little bit or move the blocks altogether. Focusing on a long spine with each inhale. Dropping into the fold on the exhale. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Slowly come up from your fold, step your feet onto the floor, lie on your back. And just take one moment for any final shapes on your back here, maybe happy baby, Supta Baddha Konasana, or simply hug your shins in towards your belly. Eventually finding your way into your final resting pose. Taking a big full breath in, filling all the way up. And open mouth, exhale. Emptying out completely. Softening completely. Unlocking the jaw. Allowing yourself to be supported by gravity as you completely melt into Shavasana. much time here as you need today. Or you can begin to invite small movement into your toes, fingers, and wrists and ankles. And take a big stretch, reach the arms back, point the toes. And step your feet onto the floor and rock over to one side for a brief fetal position. And gently transitioning into a comfortable seat. Sitting up tall, the eyes closed or the gaze soft to just observe. And take your dominant hand on top of your heart and the other hand on top of that hand. Take a breath in. And exhale, bow the chin to the chest. Namaste.